Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Greetings, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again to another episode of Selling Sunset. And this is season 8, episode 4. I do appreciate you coming by. My host, my co-host, Aaron. Say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me, as always.
Thanks for coming, as always. We appreciate you coming through. Y'all, season 8 is just going through. This episode 4 was kind of cute, and it ended with some BS, but like most reality shows, sometimes that happens. You know what? All right, ladies. So this Selling Sunset, season 8, episode 4. We're starting off with they just shooting ish around town, in the office. And of course, Jason makes just another casual, but it's a big deal because he sold a house that's worth $28 million. And he said it's the largest sale ever. Can you imagine $28 million? Child, 15,000 square feet. Look at this, child. Don't this look like the house that Alana's working on? They all look so damn familiar.
5 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms. From that I would want 6 or 7 bedrooms.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's really going on?
Beautiful home. I mean,
It looks kind of. You can tell it's old because those panels aren't something that newer construction is doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that outside area. That's really nice. How much the commission? $840. Lord. He just got 900,000 episode 6. What's this, episode 3? Golly. Look at that. Ooh, must be nice. Well, so then everybody's like, well, we need to go out. You need to treat us to something. Like we need to go somewhere. So they go across the street, around the corner, and past grandma's house, and they go have lunch. And you know how they do. They just real bougie with it and everything, walking outside in they stilettos and carrying on. And there's some people walking by, and a man's is looking like, oh, he's hot. Oh, my goodness. Come to find out, that's Chelsea's homie and a boxer friend. So, I think we're going to see them later on in the series. But it's just on a tangent. I'm really liking Chelsea's hair short this season. What do you think about her hair?
You are or you aren't?
I am. I love it. I love it short.
Oh. Well, I don't have a lot of experience with her with longer hair because, like I told you, I kind of dipped out for a while. But
yeah,
this is very cute. She's a very petite person, so she can pull off this hair nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I think it's very cute.
And what do you think about Connor as the boxer? Amanda was really into his tattoo. She thought he was really cute and everything. I'm like, okay. I mean,
I don't want to date someone that gets punched in the face. If I find them attractive, there's no guarantee it's going to stay that way.
I know, it's like, why is a dentist on speed dial? I just can't. I can't. It's too much going on. And then I heard that they don't really like to get involved with their partner right before a fight.
I see.
That's just.
I would also worry about head trauma. Like the professional football players have CTE or whatever that is,
Yeah.
I would worry about that with them too. Get punched in the head too much, you start to lose your faculties. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Almanzo was looking for anything long term, but yeah.
Well, they look kind of, like they're lost. But anyway, so she meets up with them, and Mans is like, "Oh, a boxer, he's cute. I love his tats and all this, that, and the third. Okay, girl, you want a man? I get it. We get it. It's all good.
You look great. Go hit it and quit it. Do your thing.
Okay, like Bree said, he's totally fuckable. I mean,
Yeah, beautiful. He right, and they're beautiful people in LA. Do as you do.
She just loose with it, huh? Okay,
I don't know, but if I look like her, I would be. I mean, if I didn't
girl.
have, I mean, she does have the kids all the time. I think her ex-partner ain't ish, but yeah.
Girl, that was so
Anyway,
embarrassing. What was that, season 2 or 3? I'm like, oh
yeah,
my God, why is he on this show?
yeah. So
Whew.
but if I look like her,
Get him, man.
I would go after what I liked,
I heard
no
that.
matter what it was.
And speaking of what she likes, so there's this house, 4 beds, 5 bath. Now, okay, that's a good ratio. Okay, that's a good
Yes.
ratio. Because I got 4 bath, 2.5. So even though I'm half the square footage and nowhere near the price range, let me just point that out. Thank you. I think this is kind of cute, 4 beds, 5 bath, almost 5,000 square foot, nice view. It's really quaint and modern enough. And she was staging it for the Oppenheim group. It's really nice, cute little, on a slope, on the hill,
It's in the hills it's in the Hollywood Hills. It's like mid-level. Yeah.
Girl, that's about, that's a lot of
There's
money.
absolutely no parking for anyone at this
Not
house,
at
I'm
all.
sure. Not on
Not
the
at
street.
all.
You're
Okay.
lucky if you find anything. All of that stuff, but that is still a very decent number for the house you're getting in the area, so.
Yeah, I think she staged it real sexy, like it's just real easy, even though it is white everywhere, but like it's very clean and sleek. But she brings up some text message. Well, actually, she brings up the fact that Chrishell won a GLAAD award. Great for Chrishell. And there's some congratulatory text messages going back and forth. And here they are, y'all. It was real interesting to read them. It was just something that Nicole said that was, very, diggish, like, it was just very, not very, it was just a little negative. Now, first, I think Chrishell drew first blood when she made that comment, even though, and then Nicole had to clap back with her response, like whoop de whoop de whoop. But this part here, and dealing with so many relentless homophobes for years and having to deal with someone you cast on the show spreading hate about this. That's what Chrishell said. Like, okay, it's obviously bothering her.
I would say that's kind of a mountain out of a molehill, but if you don't like someone to begin with, you might as well dig on the show. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there's this funny thing that I should have blew it up. There's this funny part about these text messages because after all of that back and forth, apparently it was early in the morning because Chelsea was like, why are y'all including me in this mess? So now we know folks over there in the UK use FUCKING just on the norm. It seems like a normal word to use. It's just like hello and goodbye. But she was just like, why are y'all texting me with all this back and forth mess so effing early in the morning? Leave me out of this. And Bree was like, yeah, me too. I was like, and
I
Bree
would
was
not have
laughing her behind
responded.
off.
I don't believe in texting long responses back. I will get on the phone and call someone. You know what I mean? Because you can't tell tone, intention, any of that stuff. So, you know, in in a situation like this, I would have been calling and being like, whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's obvious that they need to have a conversation and get some things straight because it's hurting their coworkers.
yeah,
Anywho, what's next? Oh yeah, Chelsea and Mary. They finally have their conversation that they've been trying to have for the last three episodes now, 2 episodes.
yeah.
Like, girl. So Chelsea invites Mary out for lunch. Now you say you've been here before. What is this
Yep.
place called?
I do not remember.
Oh,
um,
it's in Oxnard, right?
It's in Malibu. We were on
Malibu.
our way. Yeah, if this is Malibu, we were on our way to. We were gonna stay in Oxnard, which is just south of Ventura. This
Okay.
is a little area that has several different restaurants and a few stores and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, I do not remember the name of the place that but I believe it's this one right here.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It's beautiful. You get to see the water, all that. It's definitely a Malibu experience.
Oh, it's next. Okay, water view. Okay, is
Yeah,
that it way
see,
in the distance where the man is over his head? You think that's the
yes,
water?
yes it is. Where the cars are
Okay.
parked. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna make my way up there.
Malibu.
I've been trying
Yeah.
to get to Malibu for 2 years now. I think I'm gonna go at the beginning of next year after the rain because I don't have time. Maybe the start of spring I'll go. That's when I'll make my trek up there. But anywho, so Chelsea and Mary. So it all kind of started with Chelsea sending that text message that she didn't really appreciate. She was cussing Mary out kind of. And Mary, now they had a little tete-a-tete at Amanda's birthday party, and we all kind of know how that went, child. Now this is where they really have their sit down, and Chelsea's more chill. You know, she did mention how she was now apparently I didn't see this. It must be on the cutting room floor because she did mention how she kind of reverted to her 20-something-year-old self with her responses and carrying on because she was very poised and calm, you know, from the footages that they showed us in the last episode. But
I admired her restraint. If the
yeah,
second Romaine put his hands on me, I would have started getting violent, I think. Like I would have shoved his hands away. Like, do not touch me.
right.
I
That definitely would have been said. Okay.
No, I really respect the poise she kept with the fact that he kept touching her. I already told you from last episode's review, I was yelling at the screen, stop touching her! So, I don't know. Her
I get
apology,
it.
I didn't feel like was necessarily, I didn't think you needed to take accountability for that, Chelsea. Yeah.
And it's weird that she didn't make it more of an issue because even during this
Yeah.
conversation, again, maybe it's on the cutting room floor, you know,
Yeah.
how they like to hide certain things, you know, for protection of folks for whatever the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they did have that discussion, but it wasn't shown for us to see, not in this episode number 4. But they did, you know, pretty much they did discuss it, and it was mentioned a little bit about husbands, you know, jumping into our discussions when they shouldn't. Mary was like, "Yeah, I totally told him to stay gone or whatever, but he didn't, you know." So, and still, there's no, "I'm sorry that he did." You know, it was just an
Yeah.
acceptable thing of Mary. I don't know, and you can't say you didn't see it, like Teresa Giudice said
Yeah.
when what's her name, when Jen Aiden pushed uh Danielle. You know, it was
Right.
everybody else saw it but her. She turned her head slightly. Her peripheral saw it, just on a tangent. Her peripheral saw that mess. She just didn't want to say nothing. But anyway, I must say, I said it. I said it. Uh, but yeah, back to this conversation. What do you think about how Chelsea apologized to Mary? Don't you think it should have been the other way around? What?
Yes, I think Mary's very passive aggressive, and I think Mary whipped out white woman tears in the conversation to shift it quickly. You know, I think Mary is confrontational when she has had a few drinks and Romaine is there. I honestly, I think Mary's kind of sniveling, to be honest with you. I think she's manipulative with the men. You know, the fact that she used to have a relationship with one of the little ones, is it Brett? I don't know, one of the little ones. Um, so, you know, I think that Mary was trying, yeah, I don't really think Chelsea has much to be sorry for. But Mary's also not willing to admit how much she tried to manipulate the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, and bringing up the fact that she doesn't like to judge people because of how she was judged having a baby at 14 or 15 years old, coming from a very, church-going Bible, staunch Bible town. She doesn't like to do that to other people. That's all fine and dandy, but you still have to own up to your wrongdoings. And I didn't
yeah,
hear that, but they, Chelsea kind of drew from that they're the same, coming from two different worlds with the same kind of pain or something to that nature. I'm like,
sure.
okay, but to me, Chelsea was just trying to resolve it by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't add up to how she was so adamant about how she felt this last couple of episodes, but then apologizes in the manner that she did. I guess she's just trying to make nice and not really have shit going, knowing that Mary's not going to say what she needs to say. Sometimes I think Chelsea is a good reader of people. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong, but
Well, I think honestly, it was smart to have less conflict with Mary because of how close Mary is to the twins. Um, I think that Mary, although is passive aggressive, if you have her on your side, then you have that kind of element to your advantage. So,
mm-hmm,
you know, I just think Chelsea was like, we got to squash this shit. It doesn't help me to be at odds with you. So let's do it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, and there we go.
And there we go. Next
Yeah.
we got Maya. She's back from the Florida. I hope she all right down there recently with all
Oh,
that
I know, right? Yeah. Well, I
was
think
going
they're in
on.
Miami. I think they're in Miami. So,
Okay, well that's
and
good.
yeah, Miami did fine. I can tell you
Good, good,
because of the folks I have over there. Just a
good.
lot of wind.
Yeah, because I saw the traveling of everything, but then girl, they start
Hmm.
getting all these tornadoes everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, 16.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta fight something on the right, something on the left, girl. I'm like, oh my
Ooh.
God. Whew.
We experienced a water column. I don't know if you remember this back in the day. Like, we actually had a water column, a tornado, like come off the ocean into Long Beach. It ripped the roof off of McDonald's. It damaged one of the
Yeah.
high schools. Right? Do you remember that? Well, I
Mhm.
actually we had to run into the hallway. I mean, we didn't even know what to do. We did what we did for an earthquake because we just heard this noise. It was like rushing wind that was
Mm.
um like constant. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it was like a
Yeah.
rushing wind sound that didn't let up. And then it like passed. It actually went down the street next to me. So anyway, all right, tangent digress. Maya, so happy that, you know, seems like she's had a few babies since her tragic loss. She's doing well.
Yeah. I'm
She's
glad that
good.
she's worked. Now, did she have a baby before the loss?
She did. I think she had
Okay.
one or two. She had one or two and then the loss and then she's had one or two. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful for her. And she has her own company, or she works in an office like she did with the Oppenheim Group.
I think she has her own business now.
Wonderful. Wonderful for her. So she's
Mhm.
visiting, meeting up with the girls, doing, some girls' night. And that's with Chriselle, Emma, and Bree. And they're just talking, Emma can come up with the most dumbest things to talk about. I don't know what she,
Yeah.
she
She wears crazy clothes and she talks about dumb stuff.
it's so immature. How old is? How old? Isn't she like in her 30s?
I don't know. She's a lot. She's what I call like the LA tried just a little too hard. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because remember when they were at lunch, Amanda and her, Emma, and Chriselle, I think it was, and I was like, girl, it's just too much for lunch. Even everything's a little too much.
She
Hair,
obviously
outfit,
is the poster child for Hollywood.
trying too hard. Hooters, yeah, it's just that's like she's the perfect example of somebody that came from somewhere else and is missing the point just enough.
She would have fit in good with Nicole Richie and the girl, Kyle's niece, when they were out with those shenanigans that they had their own show. What's that? She just got married.
Paris Hilton.
There you go. Remember, she would have fit in perfect with them too. That airheadness, but
She,
just girl, go sit down. She's just so immature at her
yeah,
middle age, but
she looks like she should be a Real Housewife of Salt Lake City.
girl.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right.
And what was interesting was how Chriselle brought up, well, they all kind of talked about being a girl's girl. And Bree said she's not, which is not surprising. And Chriselle brought up this really crazy analogy of what not being a girl's girl is. Just, very cunning and would sleep with her friend's husband type of thing. Yeah, but it was just so cringy in a way, considering the stuff being talked about Emma. Hello. That's gonna come down in another episode or two. It's gonna make its way to the forefront big time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of weird. And then Bree goes in her confessionals talking about how cringy it was for her because she has to deliver some news to Chelsea, knowing that they don't get along. They're not all that great friends, but she has this tea that she needs to spill, and holding it would just be worser thing to do. So I'm like, okay, girl, okay. In my opinion, I think she should bring the girl and have the girl talk to her, since that's her friend, instead of delivering the news herself. To me, that would be to get it off of Bree. Well, this is what my friend said. But I don't know. Whatever.
It's one of those messy situations no matter what. And like this is where you have to let your own moral compass kind of guide you. I personally, I don't know, because like I don't know. It's one of those really weird things that like, it just depends on whether or not you want to be the one to bust open that can of worms, I don't, because because I can't honestly say that telling her is the moral thing to do necessarily, right? Because first of all, that's her husband, their married life. You don't know what Chelsea knows and to what level she knows about her husband.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me and I were walking around oblivious and I had a cheating husband, I would want to know. So there is a part of me that's like, if you find out that information, are you obligated to tell? It's just tricky as hell, especially if you don't really care for the person. So you're like, I don't really want to get involved. And if your husband is out and about, like being so public, someone else will catch him,
Yeah.
and, unless, or then maybe it gets traced back that you did know. And then you look like the a-hole that didn't say something, But I think I would tell her, because if she thinks that my family life is disgusting, I wouldn't really need to care that much about how much the information impacted, and then I could, go to bed at night knowing that I just delivered the truth. I don't know.
Right.
I
It's
would
hard
want to
either
know.
way. It's gonna hurt either way,
Yeah.
whether it comes from A, B, or C. So
Exactly. It's just an unfortunate situation.
yeah.
But, getting involved in somebody's business of their marriage is also I mean, can we honestly say, like, I can kind of understand sometimes you're like, I don't want to get in it because I don't care enough about the players to be, you know,
Right.
emotionally involved in it. You know what I mean?
I sure do.
Yeah. So, and like I said, you never know what kind of agreement they have behind closed doors. It doesn't seem like, based on how Chelsea got divorced and, expressed her upset when he was caught cheating in the press. I don't
Right.
think, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's brazen getting caught by randos at the W. Guess you don't care. You got to cheat out of town, homie.
Girl.
Not
Well,
at the W.
it is what it is, child. It is what it is. Bless them both. Bless them all.
Right. Peace be with you.
Now we got this other little place. Now this is only 18 square foot. This is where Alana and Nicole are meeting a potential home for them to take on. And it's really cute, but 3 beds, 3 bath, 2.2. I mean,
this is a basic house. I know exactly where this area is.
girl.
This is a nice little house. You are paying on the high end for location, and it's been redone enough. It's cute, but you're literally $2 million for a regular house, regular.
This would be one something. This would be 1.75. I'm sorry, but I mean, and especially if it doesn't have anything. I mean, I would have to. Is there room for a jacuzzi? I mean, come on. It was just
1.5.
very. I mean, wow. I mean, but anyway,
Yeah.
It was more or less the conversation Nicole and Alana had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was one thing to have small talk, while they're, like about the property. But I thought it was very uncouth for Nicole to bring up the drama with her and Chriselle while they're trying to look at this house. I just didn't think it was, proper. At least go outside while they're walking to their car and have the conversation. But they're in the middle of them looking at a house, possibly taking it on. The listing agent is in the house, waiting for them to come back with their answers and everything, and trying to make small talk. But it's just, again, like Nicole has done, trying to have a business conversation, and she brings the bull into the conversation. Like, girl, okay. And then Alana kind of busted her bubble. Was like, well, I'm not into all this homophobic banter, and that's not anything I'm associated with anyway. So I'm trying to stay out of it, but just let you know I don't appreciate it either. And there it is again with Nicole, trying to use a lie to get out of a situation when she could have clearly just said it was an accident. And unfortunately, because she and I already had our issues, it just looks like it's something it's not. It's easy, but she's just always trying to get one up on Chriselle any way she can. And I think she was trying to get Alana on her side, and it didn't work. What do you think?
I agree. Like I said, I just think that this is one of those things that she should not overplay. I would have kept it super simple, and I would have just talked to Chriselle in private about whatever, but I would have consistently said, I am sorry, I carelessly responded, or I'm sorry that I carelessly publicly approved of a bigoted, homophobic comment. I apologize for that. Just leave it alone. Because, you can keep it that simple. I apologize that I carelessly liked and responded.
And speaking of apologize, here we go, the big showdown, hold down between.
I like her way she dresses at all. Oh,
that's how liars dress. Nicole and Chriselle. Now, I like this, how Chriselle says either or. Either you're homophobic and you're just joining in the fray, or the other hand is you're trying to humiliate me in a way to where, you're liking posts that have negative things about me. It's either way. And either way, you're still looking like you're looking. And I agree. It could have been anything else but. It could have been
Like I
anything
said,
else but. What do you think about that?
just say sorry. Say sorry. I recklessly liked and responded to a homophobic comment. Because are you sorry that you approved of it, or are you not? Because if you're not, then like Chriselle said, that's kind of homophobic. You can say I didn't mean to, but you still need to be sorry that you did it though. Like if I was flailing my arms around and accidentally whapped you in the face because you walked up, I would still say sorry to you, even though I didn't intentionally whap you in the face, but I did. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
she just needs to say, Chriselle, I'm sorry that I recklessly liked some ish. Because even no matter, and then you can give yourself the grace that you didn't do it intentionally. I didn't do it intentionally, but I did, and it got picked up on. You saw it, it hurt you, all of that. I am sorry. Like I will do better, or stand on your ground and say I am going to like and answer every comment I get for engagement. If I accidentally like something that insults you, it wasn't personal. I don't think that's a great argument, but you could make it.
Right. You and Chelsea had the same exact thing. Y'all were in the same way, in the same temperament. Like, girl, just admit it so we can move the hell on in this group. I mean,
Yeah.
she wasn't having, like she said in the text, leave me out of this. But then again, since I'm here, I might as well say my piece. Even the twins was like, girl, just listen. He said, we all saw that you were trying to take a dig at Chriselle. It is what it is. Just apologize for what you did. Now, they all wanted her to dig a little deeper into why she did it, but she just couldn't do that because she's a bitch. And even all this hugging.
You got the best. It's the best picture. I'm sorry. I'm totally interrupting you. I need to applaud you. Look at the way he's hugging her. Oh, this made me laugh so hard. This is my favorite moment from the whole episode. It's just like a little kid holding someone. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay. I'm sorry I'm body shaming you, sir. Go ahead.
So pretty much, after all the whimpering and carrying on, I just had to say, come back, and I collected myself. I just had to say that I'm so sorry for liking that post. It wasn't something And then they have drinks, and they have, what they call them? I forgot, some pussy power drink or something, she said. I'm like, girl, this is too much on your mind right now, child.
Pee on fire? I don't know, something like that.
So, of course, Chriselle forgave her. It is what it is. And to toast, they had drinks and carrying on, and everybody's, looking. And even Chelsea was like, yeah, let's put all the things behind this. And, she even tried to make amends with Bree real quick during a toast. But Bree wasn't having it, as you can see. She's like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, honestly, if you called my lifestyle disgusting, I would not be trying real hard with you. I just wouldn't. Like, right. If you literally, like, as a single mother myself, if you called me disgusting for like how I chose to do that, you know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily be checking for you. I just wouldn't, So yeah, anyway.
And that was it. That was all the episode. Can you think of anything else about this episode?
Nope. We shall see when the tea hits on the Chi-Tay-Tay.
Okay, and we will see you guys again with episode 5. Thanks for tuning in. Let the people know where they can find you, mamas.
You can find me on Instagram at psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like to schedule a psychic reading, find out what's in store for you for 2025. You can also catch me on occasion on Alexander Rogers' channel.
All right, shout out to the Biffers. Yes.
Yes.
And thanks again. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you next time. Bye. Ray, ray, all day.